Halihó, halihó. Kellemes délután mindenkinek. Folytatjuk a sztorit. Kubai szivarok és leskelődő, nem tudom kik. Eljutottunk ide ugye a levéltárba tegnap. És itt is hagytam abba, úgyhogy innentől kezdve semmit nem néztünk itt meg. Bekapcsoltam mindent, nagyszerű. Szóval, kezdjük a parafa táblával.
A notice board. My Spanish is too bad to understand anything.
Ez a Csabx ott mit csinál? Na mindegy, akkor... Halló.
What a mess. As if a fan was used here.
Az már elem? Hogy szólna, ha kiszedném a rádiójából az elemet?
Leave that, please.
Most miért? Na, akkor beszélgessünk. Akta.
Would you do me a favor?
Yes. Now I can work efficiently.
Would you find me information on one Edouard Montout and his estate?
Who is that?
He lived in Cuba some 200 years ago.
Colonialism is becoming popular.
Hú, de erős kávét csináltam. But. Ezt kifelejtettük így. Mit sebesség kiváló. Ügynök.
What now?
This isn't really safe.
Why?
Shh, it just isn't. It'd be better if we were alone in here. You understand.
I think so. I'll see what I can do. Don't go anywhere. What a beautiful old radio.
Old? It's working just fine.
No, I meant the design. Would you mind if I took a closer look at it?
No, please don't touch it. I'm waiting for a program.
Just a second. I'll give it right back.
I've been walking around the room for half the day to get decent reception. Don't touch it.
Ja, értem.
See you later.
Most ezzel aztán rohadtul beljebb vagyok, de tényleg.
An old fan. You feel cold just looking at it. Some forms to fill. A desk for reading documents.
Könyvek.
A pile of classic communist writings.
Maga mit csinál itt? Hol vagy? Ja?
Why are the streets so empty?
You don't know? The entire population of Cuba is at a rally.
As in a political rally?
Of course, we're celebrating the victory of the glorious revolution.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about me?
Aren't you going to the rally?
I don't have to.
And the rest does?
They don't have to either. Everyone is going to the rally with joy and pride.
Except you. You don't have to be joyful and proud.
I'll take you to one of those rallies.
I'm not really in the mood, thanks.
What about a trip around the island?
Thank you, but no.
What are you doing on Cuba then? What are you snooping around for?
Snooping? Good lord, no. I'm on holiday.
What, in the archives?
I also dive, sunbathe, do some sightseeing.
And what do you do in the evenings?
My evenings are very carefully planned. Goodbye now.
Hang on, not so fast. You'll only go when I let you.
Is everyone so persistent around here?
I just want to help. There's a whole cemetery around here for tourists who weren't careful.
That's wonderful, but you don't have to worry about me.
Van pisztolyom. Valahol.
Goodbye.
Cső.
You better stick to sitting on the beach.
Na húzz innen.
No point in talking with this interloper. I need to get rid of him for good. Those fuses seem fine.
What? Again? This bulb burned out within a week. Maybe I should start using oil lamps.
Egy van. Csak egyet lehet kivenni? Várjál csak. Loptuk mindent. Mindent is. Amit csak érünk. Na most ez a... Ja, megint nem adtam magamra fényerőt. Ezt mindig elfelejtem. Így. Na most megnézzük, hogy mit tudok ebben a hotelben csinálni. Ebben itt. Mert a biztosíték tábla az valószínűleg, illetve a biztosíték, az tuti ide kell. Na. Most hova mész te?
Now it works. Someone did a hell of a job 60 years ago.
Yeah.
The button doesn't work.
Na basszus.
What do you know? It works. You can even close it. I could seal the agent in the elevator. I only need to get him there.
Csak hogyan?
Trial and error, they say. These items don't match.
Mhm. Ezeket mindig nem tudom felvenni? De.
We need an alternative solution.
Mit rakjunk oda, hogy bemenjen?
No can do.
Dohánylevelet nem.
Nicole, think. Trial and error, they say. These items don't match.
Mitől megy be oda? Az a bunkó. Most mi van ezzel a levéltárossal?
A transistor radio. I saw one in my grandfather's attic. These lockers can disclose the location of the Montude estate. These lockers can disclose the location of the Montude estate.
Most ezzel mit beszéltünk? Ez a beszélgetés sokat ért, szinte semmit.
Wooden and with a strong metal spring. They don't make them like that anymore. Two R20 batteries.
R20-as.
A plain rubber band.
Ja, hogy ez gumi? Befőttes gumi? Én drótnak néztem.
A lighter filled with gas. Would you imagine that this is what the Tower of Babel was built with?
A hülye beszólások. Jó.
This won't work.
Na jó, nézzük, mik vannak még itt. Én csak simán kimegyek, nem? Az autóval lehet még valamit csinálni.
Trial and error, they say.
De nem
Strange.
ezt.
The car is a wreck, but the accumulator is new. This won't work. No can
Elemekkel
do.
nem megy?
It seems to me that the owner of this car gave up. It seems to me that the
Yo.
owner of this car gave up. It seems to me that the owner of this car gave up. No can do. It seems to me that the owner of this car gave up. Perhaps I can use it later. Perhaps I can use it later. No can do. A desk for reading documents. We need an alternative solution.
Hát most mi van?
Nicole, think.
Aha.
Batteries in a decorative can. No can do. This won't work.
Elemek egy szép dobozban. Wow, ez micsoda? Micsoda busz volt az, meg traktor. Hát ezek eddig itt nem voltak. Busz meg traktor. Vasrúd. Miféle vasrúd?
Propane butane needs to be stored in a sealed container. Otherwise, it may be hazardous to one's health.
Lehet, hogy ezt kell ide rakni?
This won't work.
Nem.
The floor is weight sensitive. The elevator may be in a working condition. The floor is weight sensitive. The elevator may be in a working condition.
De most hova mész te, agyatlan? Nem megy be.
Elevators have specific acoustics. No can do. Nicole, think. This won't work. No can do. No can do. This won't work. This won't work. These items don't match.
A kérdés az, hogy a vizes zacskóval mit kell csinálni.
No can do. Nicole, think. No can do.
Hát fogalmam sincs. Na.
Trial and error, they say.
Ez már megint itt van ez a bolond. Riksa.
I'm not going anywhere. Nicole, think.
Ezzel is lehet valamit csinálni.
I'm not going anywhere. Trial and error, they say. Trial and error, they say.
Dobozban elemek, az meg a liftben. Nem kéne ezt a
We
rádiót
need an
elvenni?
alternative solution. These items don't match.
Hát nagyon sokkal nem jutottunk előre, mint amikor abba hagytuk. Tegnap. Traktor! Ups. Az igen. De legalább a felbontást nem változtatja vissza. Jó az akusztikája a liftnek.
Trial and error, they say. An empty wet carrier bag. We need an alternative solution. No can do. Rusty cooler plug. Wooden and with a strong metal spring. They don't make them like that anymore. The button doesn't work. The button doesn't work. What do you know? It works. You can even close it. This won't work. We need an alternative solution. No can do. Nicole, think. These items don't match. We need an alternative solution. Nicole, think. Nicole, think.
Ennek így mi az Isten értelme van?
Nicole, think. We need an alternative solution. We need an alternative solution.
Rakok bele vizet, ami egy idő után kifolyik.
Nicole, think. This won't work. Trial and error, they say. This won't work. This won't work. Trial and error, they say. This won't work. Perhaps I can use it later. This won't work. This won't work. It seems to me that the owner of this car gave up.
hova kell a víz?
A transistor radio. I saw one in my grandfather's attic. These lockers can disclose the location of the Montoute estate.
Vive.
Nicole, think. Nicole, think. No can do.
Megint össze-vissza
We
kell majd
need an
rakni
alternative
valamit.
solution. No can do. We need an alternative solution. No can do. Nicole, think. These items don't match. This won't work. Trial and error, they say.
Jó. Mit
These
csinálják meg?
items don't match. This won't work. No can do. Trial and error, they say. Nicole, think. Trial and error, they say. These items don't match. This won't work. No can do. Nicole, think.
Semmi.
These items don't match. Trial and error, they say. No can do. These items don't match. Trial and error, they say. No can do. We need an alternative solution.
Ezt a hülyét be kéne ide zárni, de ennek most annyira nem látom, hogy mi értelme van. Téglák és elem egy szivartartó dobozban. Ebből mit lehet kihozni? Úgy, hogy a
We need
többi
an
nem
alternative
működik
solution.
vele.
No can do. Nicole, think.
Igazából nagyon sokat nem is tudok hozzá.
No
tehát,
can
hogy
do. We need an alternative solution. Elevators have specific acoustics. The floor is weight sensitive. The elevator may be in a working condition. These items don't match. An empty wet carrier bag. The button doesn't work. The main power switch for this floor.
De most hova mész te?
Nicole, think. Trial and error, they say. Trial and error, they say. Nicole, think. Nicole, think. This won't work. No can do. These items don't match. Trial and error, they say. This won't work. What do you know? It works. You can even close it.
Most valamit elhagyok valahol, vagy... Nem értem, hogy már megint mi a franc van itt.
No can do. No can do. These items don't match. Trial and error, they say. Nicole, think.
Kevés az idő. Pedig valami ilyen lenne a megoldás, nem? Hogy a víz valamit lehúz, és hogy folyik ki belőle a víz, annál könnyebb lesz. Tehát valami időzárat tudnánk csinálni ehhez az ajtóhoz, nem? Csak hát...
These items don't match. We need an alternative solution.
Hát ez mi ez?
A carrier bag held together with a clothes peg.
De ezt előbb már próbáltam, most miért nem jó? Vagy lehet, most miért jó? Előbb? Mindegy. Lehet, hogy most kell az autóba?
We need an alternative solution.
Nem ide kell.
This won't work. Trial and error, they say. Trial and error, they say. This won't work. This won't work. Nicole, think. No can do. This won't work. Nicole, think. Trial and error, they say. The main power switch for this floor. This won't work. Trial and error, they say. Nicole, think. These items don't match. No can do. This won't work. We need an alternative solution.
Van nálunk egy zacskó víz szatyor, illetve egy szatyor víz. Mi a francnak jó? Hát azt hittem, hogy ezt lerakjuk
This won't
ide,
work.
levesszük a csípeszt, és akkor, hát nem tudom. Egy automatán bezáródik.
What do you know? It works. You can even close it. No can do. We need an alternative solution. Trial and error, they say.
Mit csinálok a zacskó
A
vízzel?
carrier bag filled with water.
Nagyon sok jelenetünk nincs. Van ez. A kocsi, itt a víztöltő, a szálloda. Én nem hiszem, hogy itt bármit tudunk csinálni a vízzel, főleg. Én semmilyen nem tudok. Itt sem.
Nicole, think. In this country, the state sponsors graffiti. No can do.
Gumizzuk meg, nem tudom. Aj, a traktor.
Propane butane needs to be stored in a sealed container. Otherwise, it may be hazardous to one's health. Nicole, think. Propane butane needs to be stored in a sealed container. Otherwise, it may be hazardous to one's health. No can do. These items don't match. Trial and error, they say. We need an alternative solution. Nicole, think. These items don't match. This won't work. Nicole, think. Propane butane needs to be stored in a sealed container. Otherwise, it may be hazardous to one's health. Strange. Someone left a gas container in the sun.
Mi a kulcsa ennek a dolognak?
What do you know? It works. You can even close it. The button doesn't work.
Gumizzuk meg.
Trial and error, they say.
Nem igazán tudok
My
itt
shadow
semmit
is
csinálni.
gone. I wonder if he'll materialize again.
Semmi változás.
This won't work. Trial and error, they say. No can do. These items don't match. No can do. Nicole, think.
Nem értem, mi a francot kell itt csinálni. Jó. Ez eddig jó.
No can do. These items don't match. Nicole, think. A plain rubber band. A plain rubber band.
Jó van már.
Nicole, think. Nicole, think. These items don't match. These items don't match.
De nekem nem
Trial and error, they
működik.
say. A lighter filled with gas. A plain rubber band.
Ez azt írja, hogy használjam a gubit az öngyújtón, hogy az világítson. De hát az a büdös életben nem működik.
Nicole, think. This won't work.
De ezzel kell
A
csinálni
plain
valamit?
rubber band. A plain rubber band. A plain rubber band.
Tedd már rá.
These items don't match. We need an alternative solution. No can do. A lighter filled with gas. This won't work.
De miért nem működik?
Nicole, think. No can do. Trial and error, they say. A plain rubber band. A plain rubber band.
Nekem ez most miért nem
These items
működik?
don't
Mi az,
match.
hogy nem illik össze? Hát a gumival kell lenyomni azt az izét.
Trial and error, they say. These items don't match.
Basszus, nem mindegy, hogy hol csinálom.
Perhaps this will work. I saw it in a movie.
És ez most miért jó?
Let me out, you rotten imperialist!
Hát, sorry. Ott maradsz. De most ezt ennél túl bonyolítani már nem lehet jobban szerintem. Tehát most azért, mert az ott most felrobbant, vagy igen, az elemek felrobbantak. Most az miért ment be a liftbe az a hülye? Tehát ezt most így nem tudom összerakni ezt a kettőt, de hát biztos így van. Ezek a dolgok azok, amikről beszélek, hogy annyira nem logikus. Tehát, hogy ebben most mi a logika? Semmi. Tehát ennyi erővel akkor egy szaloncukrot is odarakhattam volna, és akkor bemegy érte, vagy ki tudja.
I think we can
Beszélgetés.
talk freely now.
You sure? How did you manage to get rid of him?
He got stuck in the elevator.
Oh, I hope I don't get dragged into this. I hate them.
Do they follow everyone like that?
Depends. They sure are bad for business.
Is there no way to deal with them?
And if you don't share with them, you know. There's no telling who they'll snitch to. You have to be careful.
Na szóval, mondtó után.
Going back to my case.
Yes. What can I help you with?
I'm interested in Edouard Montout and his lands.
Edouard Montout?
Can you find something in the archives? Will it take long?
Won't take any time at all.
What do you mean? The files aren't there?
They're here all right. I dug them out yesterday.
Muti
Did
már.
you look for them due to some sort of abstract inspiration?
Very funny. It was a foreigner. Hardly inspiring.
A Frenchman?
Yes.
And his name was Carnot?
Business rivals, huh? Oh, you capitalists fighting into your last breath.
Did he say he wanted to buy the estate?
Well, you could see he had money.
Can you tell me where it is?
To the east, near Las Tunas.
Keletre.
It's
Las
far from
Tunas.
And the owner is a descendant of Edouard's, right?
here. Yes, Astrid Montout.
Isn't it odd that the family stayed there in spite of the revolution?
Well, it's one of those rare cases where the People's Justice apparently overlooks something. But don't expect miracles.
The estate is in ruins.
Completely.
Completely. Na, hogy megyek oda?
Have you seen it?
Vagy mi
Went
ez?
there with my wife, in our car. Oh, it was a beautiful trip.
How do I get there?
If you take the bus, you'll have to change buses, and it'll take a very long time. You have to take a cab, but let me warn you, they'll bleed you dry.
Wouldn't your wife like to take a car trip?
I doubt that. The dead rarely feel like traveling.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Nem adja kölcsön az
Aren't you
autóját?
planning a holiday?
With a beautiful woman such as yourself? Oh, I wish.
You could show me the island.
I haven't driven this car since my wife died. She was the one who usually drove us.
That's not a problem. I can drive.
I can't believe this. You and I in this old car?
So, should we go?
I can't. They'd make me out to be your partner.
Kölcsön.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I started to like you.
I really need a car.
I don't know. Maybe I could lend it to you.
Wonderful.
It's that green car over there by the cafe. But to be honest, I have no idea what state it's in.
I'll manage. My father used to run a garage.
Well, then, maybe it'll work. But don't go around saying who you've borrowed the car from.
Aha.
One more thing. You'll be taking a break, won't you?
That's rather obvious after such a hard case.
Would you please go by that old hotel if you have a moment?
Why should I?
To remove a carcass from the elevator. Thank you, and see you after the return.
Have a nice journey.
Köszi. Akkor tehát nem ez a kocsi kell nekünk, hanem az a zöld, ami ott áll. Ez.
I don't even know why I was hoping it would start. The accumulator is surely dead.
Akkor a másikból kiszedjük az aksit. Világos. Ezért kellett ez a vacak.
This plug seems too big.
Ne szórakozz.
The accumulator is dead. The accumulator is dead.
Így.
The accumulator is dead.
Jó.
This won't work.
Akkor vissza az aksiért. Nem ide. Oda.
It's as heavy as lead.
És?
Strange. The car is a wreck, but the accumulator is new.
Az a kocsi. Ögy. Kuba, kutyú. Szeva kutyú. Na szóval.
I need a tool to twist it off.
Ne szórakozz. Milyen túl? Gondolkodjunk. Milyen túl
I need a
kellett
tool to twist it off.
Egy túl? Milyen túl? Azt a buszt. Hát gondolom nem minden. Túl? Milyen túl? Nincs egy csavarhúzód? Nem.
Thank you, and see you after the return.
Have a nice journey.
A túl. Nem hiszem, hogy ilyen messzire rakják azt a túlt. Ott a túl. Egy kell csak. Ezek szerint. Na használd a túlt. Ez az. Ezzel vajon mit kell be? Savarni. Nem igazán látok itt sem. Yeah!
Metal cap.
Yeah! Milyen meg magány már az autó. Cabrio. De repesztünk. Tiszta GTA. Na. 1 perc szünet. Nem, 2.